Sheila. Good to see you today. Be sure and leave me a comment and let me know that you were here or that you're watching. I'm going to go ahead and take the edges off of this print. I've done it for the others. So these are some sweet, beautiful Patriotic prints from Digital Deco Designs. I'm one of her affiliates and I'll be using her sweet little, these are the old time prints. I love these. So let me just take a little bit of my water and get the edges off. I had done it on the other ones and I thought I would just go ahead and do this one with you. So good to see you today. So you're just going to need just a little bit of water. You don't want to overpower it with your water. You can also use a water pen. I'm just using a clean brush and a little bit of squirt of water, and I do use the distilled water on mine. I just feel like that does better than using the other, and plus I can leave it in my bottle and I don't have to worry about that going bad. Because you know sometimes your water sits and it doesn't do real well. So I would rather go ahead and just use the distilled water. And also I paint furniture, so I definitely have the distilled water in my spritz bottle all the time for my furniture painting. So we got that done. That didn't take long at all. Then I've got these little wood surfaces, and this is just something that I cut out of some little thin wood that I had. I'm going to do the back, but I don't have to do them now, but we'll go ahead while we've got the paint out and do the back of those. I've already done the front. And I am using the Nautical Home Decor by Folk Art chalk paint. So that's what I've got squirted out here. And I've just used a baby wipe or a wet wipe of any kind. And we're just going to just put it on there. It just goes on so easy with these wipes. Now I think I'm going to go ahead and put some crackle on here with glue. And you really won't see all the crackle, but I think I'll still do each one because it will be a great method to use for these prints. So I'm not going to worry about getting the back right now. We're just going to get the sides done. And we'll let this one dry while we work on the other ones. And see how quick and easy that was? It doesn't have to be a full coat. It does not have to be a full coat. So we'll use these and we'll worry about doing the back later. These are going to be some little shelf sitters. So I'm going to use these in my tier tray. I'm just going to keep that white because we can use that again. Okay, and let's go ahead and put a little glue on these. So I like to just use a sponge. This is from a car wash that you can get from the dollar store, and Elmer's glue. So that's what we're going to use for our crackle. I'm just going to put a little bit of on our sponge. And you can kind of pat it on, you can rub it on, whatever you want to do. I kind of do both. And we're going to pray that we have a good crackle here. I love a nice crackle. This is an easy way to do it. You can also use a crackle medium if you like. So if you have a crackle medium, you can use it. If you have the fine line crackle, you can use that. So when you use the fine line crackle, you're going to put a sealer on top of your print before you use it. So if you do use the fine line crackle, I use the Pen Tart. And I just go ahead and paint my surface, put my print on there, and you put a sealer on top of your print before you add this. It's got to be good and dry now for it to work. You want it to be good and dry. So let's see. I think we're going this direction on this one. That one was going there. Let me make sure we've got these kind of set up to the way that I want it. And I don't know which one I have for what, but I think that will work. But it doesn't matter. We're just going to do our... Now, you can also go the other direction. So, if you decide that you would like your crackle to be some this direction as well, just put you some the other direction. Does not have to be anything perfect at all, just however you want to do it. And I go ahead and put a little bit on the sides as well, so that you have a little crackle there if you need it. So I'm just going to let that one dry just a little bit, and I think I'll go back the other direction on it as well. That way it's not going to matter which way we do this. I see one little place here that I'm going to get with my sander real quick. So these were just kind of some little scrap pieces of wood. So we use a little bit more glue. Get these all ready. Now, I don't let mine dry. I let it maybe get a little tacky. So these will be a little tacky by the time I use it. You can use your dry tool and you can dry them up just a little bit. I kind of have always had good luck with just doing them straight on top. Letting them just be a little bit tacky. And your bottom paint does not have to be perfect at all. So let's put a little bit more on here. That's just going to kind of help make sure that we've got the glue all the way on there as well. Just like that. And we'll go ahead and do this one, and then I'm going to check this other and make sure that paint is good and dry before we do it. So no rhyme or reason or perfection needed at all. This is so easy. So this is about dry. It's pretty hot today in the south, so it didn't take long for that to dry. But let's just make sure it's good and dry before we put our glue on. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this one, both directions as well. Be sure and hit that subscribe button so that you can see all of my videos. I am new to coming live on YouTube, but I'm going to be doing that more. I look forward to seeing you. And I'm going to have some other ideas to do as well, not just decoupage, some other wood items and different things. I love to thrift items, so I do a lot of makeovers and thrifted, things like that. Okay, we've got our glue on there. I'm going to go ahead and close that up. So we've got those already. We'll use that one last since we did that one. And we're going to go ahead and get our paint out now in the Waverly White. I'm just going to use white. I normally would probably use the plaster with these prints. But I am almost out of the plaster. I might have enough to use. Let's try it. And then I can always use something else if I need to. So we'll just use the plaster, and we'll go ahead and put that on top. So this is the Waverly plaster. This is all that I have left. I'm going to be ordering some new paint, so I haven't really gotten any more right now. I'll be ordering a different brand, so I'm just using this up. So I usually would pour it out, but since this is the end, I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to use it up today probably. And we're just putting a coat of this on top of our little piece of wood. Just on top of our glue. And then we're going to go ahead and paint our sides as well. And then these are cute prints are going on here. Let's make sure we've got it all the way around, and then we're going to dry it and hope that we got a good coat on there for our crackle. So what I'm going to do is let that one sit just a minute, let it just kind of dry just a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And then we will come back and dry that up. It will crackle a little bit. See, it's already crackling some without me even drying it. So the plaster is kind of between a white and a cream, and I like it because it's not so stark white. Get these painted pretty quickly. So if you haven't decoupaged before, it's not hard. You just have to be a little patient with it. It is a very easy project. You can cut around, you can tear the edges, you can definitely use the borders if you want to on it. Totally up to you what you want to do. You can put it on wood, you can put it on plastic, metal, all kinds of different surfaces. Okay, got that one kind of painted up. Okay, let's do this one here. Then we'll come back to that one. This one, the glue is still pretty sticky. I'm just going to go ahead and paint that edge while I'm here. And I may have enough paint to go ahead and do all of these. I wasn't sure I had enough. And I'm going to do all 4 of these prints. I love these. You're not going to need a whole lot more than just putting your print on here, but you definitely could put some stones or some Totally Dazzled or anything that you want. I do have a couple of Totally Dazzled pieces. I am going to put this star, so I am going to hopefully have enough have enough paint. I don't know where money came from, but if somebody's thinking of money, I love that. Okay, let's get our sides here. Okay, got that one painted up. And that one's already starting to crackle, both of those from just sitting. And I think I'm going to have enough paint that I'll be able to paint our stars as well. So we'll just go ahead and get this one painted up. Then we'll have them all done. It won't take long. Doesn't take long at all to paint these small things. If you replay for me today, make sure that you go and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. I'm still trying to grow the channel and am new to doing more. And I would tell you that if you do have paint that you're not finishing up, I would put a little bit out on your palette instead of going straight in the jar. Don't do as I do on this. I'm just trying to use this up, and I wasn't worried about using it out of the jar. But I definitely like to put it on my palette and use it. That way, if you need a little water in, you can mix it, and you're not contaminating your paint. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and get our stars painted, because we're going to use a little star on here. And I'll probably do a little bit of some antiquing on this as well to make it look even older with our prints, because these are kind of older looking prints. Okay, there we go. Let's get these other 2 and we'll have this done. And you definitely get a mess when you paint. But this is chalk painting, and it comes off really easily off of your hands. The chalk paint is one of my favorites. You definitely could use acrylic paint. You don't have to use chalk paint. Totally up to you. I like the chalk paint because it dries pretty quick. You definitely could use acrylic on top of your wood pieces as well. But I found that my chalk paint dries a little quicker, and I really like that quickness, that little quick dry on it. So I like to use that. So these are almost done. And I will post the link in the comments or in my description for the digital deco designs. You can download these. I believe these either came in the downloads or they are available for download. You can also get a membership there and get more of a deal with your membership to Kathy's Prints. Saw a little place I missed on that. Okay. So I think we got those all done now. Let's touch up our edges where I touched it. Okay, those seem to be done. All right, we're just going to put our brush over here. Okay, let's get our dry tool. Let's see if we can get these dry. Let's see if we'll get a better crackle. And then we'll decide which direction we're going to put our prints. So it's already crackling on its own. You're seeing that crackle a little bit. It's already doing a great crackle. Can you see that? It's usually a really good crackle with the glue. I have really good results out of just using school glue or Elmer's glue. Now I use Elmer's. You can use the school glue, any kind of glue you want. You want to make sure that it dries clear. So make sure that your glue does say that it dries clear. You don't want a glue that stays white or another color. You definitely want to use something. And I usually use something that's more of a water-based type glue as well. So you can use the dollar store inexpensive glue. The Elmer's works great for me, so that's why I stick with it. But I love how that crackle's looking. That's beautiful. It's going to crack a little bit more as it sits and dries. So I'm really liking that. So it's hot, hot, hot summertime here. Hope that you're staying cool where you are. All right, now we're going to decide which print we're going to put where. And there's some that look a little bit bigger, and we'll put those. I'm going to get a wipe and get that paint off of my fingers. I definitely don't want to get that on my prints. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. You can use any kind of wipes. I usually use the ones that don't have a scent, just so I don't get any scent on anything. That is my preference. Okay, now let's see which one we're putting where. Those are a little bit bigger. They might need to go on a little bit bigger one. And let's see, kind of just place them like those two there. And I think I'm going to put that one there and those on there. I think I'm going to like that. I think that's going to work. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll start with Uncle Sam here. Let's move that over a little bit. That's still drying just a little bit. I'm going to take that off. I got a little bit right here I want to get off the edge of this. So let me just put a little bit of water. Hello. Okay, we're going to take this off. Okay, we're going to put this one right here. So we're just going to use some of our decoupage medium, and I'm using DIY liquid patina. I get this from my friend Mara from Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. She also has a YouTube channel. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my sponge here and use that to put a patina. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole thing. That way I don't have to worry about not having enough. And I'm going to put this right here. Try to I am not a big measurer of it being perfect at all. Then I use any kind of bag. I like to use a freezer bag because it's a little thicker, and I just go around and spread that out a little bit with my bag. That way you're not touching it with your fingers and pulling it back off. The bag works really well. I learned that from another creator, and I've used it since. I'm going to put some of more of my patina on the edges just to bring that down. and make sure that it is sticking well. Isn't he handsome? He's cute. All right, let's get her on there. You're not going to see a whole lot of our crackle, but you can see a little bit on the edges. But I wanted you to see the way that it's done, so that if you are new to doing decoupage or crackling your surface, that you have an idea of what it's going to look like. And you see that it's not perfect, but this is a great method to use with any of your prints. Just going to put some around the edge of this one as well. And I'm going to take my bag and I'm just going to press down on her a little bit and make sure she's down. You see how quick that is? Quick, quick. Doesn't take long at all to get those done. So there we go. She looks pretty. Let's do our little kids here. This is adorable with the balloons. Isn't that sweet? Again, we're going to put our medium on. Got a little piece right there. It pulled off just a little bit. It probably was not quite dry when I touched it. That's okay. We're going to be covering that up. You definitely could fix it, but we're not going to be seeing it because we're going to put our little print on it. So we're not going to worry about that. Print's going to go right here. Let's see if we can get that straight. There we go. I love these little friends here. Looks like a girl and two boys. That is sweet, sweet. Now, I did tear it a little bit when I was taking off the edges, and I'm just going to fix that back right there. I'm just going to get a little bit here. Okay, let's press this one down a little bit. That's looking cute. Then we're going to try to, I'm going to see if we're going to put our stars on here. I didn't have any, I had little bitty small stars. And we still could use those as well. So let's put this last one on. I love them. Aren't they sweet? Sweet, sweet. I loved all these prints. When she came out with these prints, I definitely had to get them. Just love that old-fashioned look of them. I love old and vintage, so that was really up my alley. I'm going to put them right here. This was a little bit bigger piece of wood, but that's okay. It does not have to be all the same. You want a little bit of a difference, and when you're doing a tiered tray, you want to think about putting things at different heights. You don't want everything just stuck on your tray in the same height. You want some height with it. So let's push this one down, and then let's see if we want to put our stars on here. I do also have some jewels, so I want to look at these because we're definitely going to have to put some dry brush on them. And I may do that on that one. I do have a couple of things here from Totally Dazzled. I do have, this is the United States. I love that. And I'm thinking that, I think I've got 3 here. I'm thinking that would look good with this one. So I may put this right here, like he's pointing to it. I think that would look good right there. That looks like that would work right there. Let's see if I've got some glue over here. I think I've got a little bit of E6000. You could use the B7000 as well. You definitely want to use something like this on your jewels to get them to stay, not just hot glue. Hot glue is not going to hold that metal. Let's see if I can get this glue out. Yeah, I got it out. Okay, let's put this one right here. I love that too. Just put a little bit of that, just a touch of hot glue where we do not have the other glue. You don't want to mix your glues. It usually will not stay. But let's put that right above where he's got his finger. I think that's going to be perfect right there. Look how sweet. Isn't that sweet? I love that. All right, let's see what else we have. We have an eagle and a cross. And I don't know if I'm going to use those. I kind of like, let me look right here. On these would be cute. Let's see if we want to use this big star. I do have some smaller stars. Let me see if I see those. And let's see if one of those might look better. Got some little bitty stars here. I just thought of those. Let's put a few of those out. These came, I think these came from 4N Design. She cuts her own wood, and then she has these little stars that she cuts out, and hearts. I have both, and I'm thinking we might just put one of those right here on the balloons. Let's see how these little ones look here. That one's really, let's see if I've got another one kind of that size, and I might not even paint that. I might just leave it on the balloons like that, or we could put one on each edge. Either way it would be cute. So let's just put this on there, and I'm going to antique these up a little bit. They're already a little bit antiqued. They were cut out. So let's just put these on there. Okay, I got a little bit much glue. Let's take that off a little bit. Oh, I think those are cute. So that gives that one a little bit different look. You like that? And then let's see if we want to put something on her, or if we want to put a star. I'm thinking the stars here on the girl and boy are going to look good here. So I'm definitely going to put one right there on the bottom. And let's see, do I want one on top? I don't want to cover the flag too much. I think it will be too many if we put one on every corner. I'm thinking it will look like too much. I don't want to have too much on there to take away from it. So we're just going to put this one here. I'm liking that. Okay, let's see about her now. Do I want to put anything on her? Let's put a little bitty star here on her. Just a little one. Just a little star on her. I'm going to put it right here like it's coming, like she's holding that star that she's planning on putting somewhere. I got a little bit of glue on there, but I think I can get it off. It will dry and it'll be fine. It'll dry up. We're not going to sweat it because we can, it will be fine. There we go. Now she's got a little star, just like that. I'm liking those so far. So let's take them now and let's put a little bit of oxide. Now I do have some blue oxide. Let me see what color of blue I have. I've got a tumbled glass blue. It's kind of light, but that might look good on some of it. Let's see how it looks with him. We might want to use that color on him. Let's see how the blue looks. It's just going to give it a little bit of highlight right in there, just like that. I think that may work. Just a little bit on the edge here. I'm kind of liking that. Could put brown, but I just thought the blue kind of would be something different. Just a little different with him. That way they just have their own little look here. Let's put a little bit here on the edge of our wood. And this is the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Tumble Glass. Now you can also get the ink. Just know if you use this, you can put a sealer on top. And you also can wipe some back if you get too much. If you use the inks, they're there. So the ink is a permanent thing, So that looks good with just a little bit of highlight on there for it. And I don't know how that would look on this. We may put a little bit, but I'm thinking the brown's gonna look best on this. And I'm gonna try the vintage photo. If it's not dark enough, we can use the walnut. But this is just gonna be a quick little project. Let's see if we can just take it and put it on the edge of our stars so that they look a little bit more antique. And I'm just doing the edges just a little bit. And now I'm going to take the oxide and put just a little bit on the edge of our print where the paper is still white on the edge, and that's going to bring a little bit of antique into that. Don't have to put a lot. You can put less than I do if you want. It's totally up to you what you want to do. I like a little bit on my pieces. So there you go. And that one's got a little antique look. And then let's do the same thing with her. Let's see if we're going to like that. And you don't have to put it all over. You can just put it in places. And we're going to put a little bit on her star. And I'm just going to put a little bit there on her dress where we got that glue. That's going to kind of blend that in. And a little bit on her. Isn't she cute? And then let's think about the kids here. Let's see. I think we'll use, let's put the walnut on them and see if that's too dark. Let's use the walnut stain. I just like to just put some different things, just kind of try it. See how I like it. And right here where I've got that little place that tore, I'm going to put a little bit of the oxide. This is a great product to use because it kind of will hide some of the little edging and things that you have. And I'm going to put it in each corner, a little bit here on the top. You can use more, you can use less, it's totally up to you. I like the walnut on here too, that looks good with them. Just going to put a little bit on our stars to darken them up just a little bit, and a little bit right up in there. Definitely up to you how you like yours. There you go. So now let's put a backing on these so that they will sit on our shelf well. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these little blocks that I have. I've already painted up. I just painted them in the blue. And I will go back and do the back in the blue or cream, either one. It doesn't matter. You want to put these on so that you have something to kind of make your items sit up. So the trick to this is put your hot glue. You do not want to put it straight on like this because you need a little lean. So put it down and put you a little lean to it because you want it to sit like that. You don't want them to sit straight up. They're going to fall backwards or forwards. So, you know, you do have to let it dry. So you definitely want a little bit of a lean when you're gluing that on, okay? Make sure you've got a little bit of a lean. That's going to help your piece be able to sit. So I'll let those dry. So these just need one of the little small blocks. That you can find these at the Dollar Tree. They are a little game, some kind of tumbling block, something like that. I don't think that's the name of these, but it's something like that. The bigger ones are. But you can just put it on, lean it back just a little bit so that you have a good way for it to stay up. Okay, I'm going to put one on each one. Hopefully this one just needs one. We're going to put one and try it. And if these aren't going to show, you don't have to worry about the back, painting the back. But if you're going to put them on a tray that you can see around it, make sure that you do the back as well. So you just want to do that. Just give it a little lean. And we'll put this one on her. And look how quickly we got our project done today. And then I'll show you all of them. And then I'll show you when I put them on my tiered tray as well. I have another, some prints from Digital Deco Designs that are more in the rustic and I put those with it and use both of them. So just do it, it leans just a little bit. And that's going to be, and listen, if it doesn't work, put your hot tool on it, blow it a little bit, get it back off, take it off, put more glue, and then put it on your tray and see which way works the best. But you don't want to put it, if you put it straight up and down, it's not going to have any lean to it. So let me show you what we have. So we have our little Uncle Sam, we have our little children, we have our little boy and girl, and these are a set of 4 in a collage that you can get. And then we have this sweet lady. Aren't those cute? So I hope that you enjoyed my little project today. Please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you for being here.